Right, hi guys, this is Nick here from 40 Support. Today I'm just going to take you through a short tutorial just on Windows Update. We can head into Windows Update by going to the Start menu, clicking the Settings button. This will bring up all of the settings for Windows 10. Then click the Update and Security button, and this will launch the Windows Update client. Once we're in Windows Update, we can check our current update status. As you can see, I'm up to date as of 10 o'clock this morning. In the next section, you can see that there is actually a conflict. Up here it says that I'm up to date, and down here it says that I've got an update to install. Now the reason for this is that the second section that you see is for feature updates and quality updates. These are not the cumulative updates that are released for security reasons daily. Therefore, in this example, we are all up to date with the security updates. However, we do have a feature and quality update available to us. In this section, I can see that I can pause the updates for 7 days, and if I hit that button, the updates are going to be paused for 7 days from now. So as you can see, 29th of March, and my date at the moment is 22nd of March. I can change that though if I go into advanced options, and I'll need to go back into resume updates, and then if I go into advanced updates, I can actually select a date on which I want my updates to resume, and I can do this for up to 35 days as you can see here. What this means is that if it's inconvenient for you to do updates, you can pause them for up to 35 days. For example, if you were going on leave for a month, during that month you might want to put the updates on hold. When you resume your updates, you will then have to run through them before you can pause them for another 35 days. Okay, and then if I go back into the Windows Update client, this pause updates for 7 days will always increase the update interval by 7 days. So for example, if I paused my updates until April the 1st, which is about 9 or 10 days from now, this would add 7 days on to that 9 or 10 days that I've already configured in the advanced options. I can change the active hours. Now this is a really useful feature in Windows 10. In years gone by and in previous versions of Windows, we found that the Windows Update client has restarted our machine at inconvenient times. So for example, I might be working on a project and I might not have time to do my Windows updates. In previous versions of Windows, Windows Update would sometimes restart at very inconvenient times. For example, I might be giving a presentation and Windows Update would want to restart. I'm now able to set active hours. Now this tells the Windows Update client that I don't want to restart my machine during the hours that I've set. So as you can see, my machine is currently set between 8 AM and midnight, and that's actually auto set. If you click on the Change Active Hours button, you'll notice that I can set them manually, or Windows can learn from my behaviour. So if I regularly work between the hours of 8 AM and 5 PM, you'll find that Windows 10 will automatically adjust the active hours based on that activity. If we click the View Update History button, we get a list categorised of all of my Windows updates. So we've got the feature updates. These are the biannual ones, so these come out generally in March and in September. So these come out generally in May and September. Then we've got the quality updates. These are installed regularly, normally on the second Tuesday of each month, which is known as Patch Tuesday. You'll get quality updates coming in. Driver updates, they will be released dependent on what devices you've got connected to your system. Definition updates, these are really important. So these are the ones for your antivirus. So for me, I use Microsoft Defender, and these are all of my definition updates for Microsoft Defender. And then other updates, these are ones that don't fit into the feature or quality updates listed above. So for example, we've got here the Microsoft.NET framework. We have actually got some update previews in here as well. And then at the top of the update history, we've got uninstall updates. So if we're experiencing an issue and we suspect that it might be as a result of a Windows update, we can click the uninstall updates button, and this will take us into our legacy control panel and the programs and features and add or remove programs. And from here we can see most of the Windows updates that we've got. And you can individually click on these updates and then you can uninstall. Now some of them are not able to be uninstalled. For example, this one here. Now the reason for that is because it's a security update, it's absolutely essential that we keep that on our system. So if you wanted to remove that update, you would have to look at the date that it was installed, and then you would have to select a different method of uninstalling the update. For example, you might choose to access a system restore point. Back in the view update history, we've got the recovery options. So if we click on that, and then in the advanced options, we can choose whether we want to receive updates for other Microsoft products. So that would be things like Microsoft Office, Microsoft OneDrive, Microsoft Edge. We can also toggle on and off downloading updates over metered connections. So if you regularly use a mobile internet connection, for example, you'll find that that connection by default is set to metered. This is because Microsoft assumes that data connections have a capped limit per month. We can also toggle on or off whether we want to restart the device as soon as an update has been installed. You can see that this policy is actually managed by my organisation, so that's why it's greyed out. By toggling on or off this update notifications, you'll notice that there is a little icon that sometimes appears down in the system tray. If we set the Windows Update notifications to on and then click on the notification center, then we would normally receive notifications of Windows updates in this section here. As discussed earlier, we can pause updates for up to 35 days. And the final setting that I want to show you in here is something called Delivery Optimisation. Now this is a useful feature, but it should be activated with caution. The main concept of the feature is that devices that are connected to the same network share the Windows updates amongst themselves. This is to reduce the amount of bandwidth used on the internet connection. So for example, if I had 100 PCs set up in an office, and on Patch Tuesday, which is the second Tuesday of each month, Microsoft released 10 new updates, rather than all of these 100 clients all reaching out and downloading these updates, what tends to happen is that if we activate Delivery Optimization, then client 1 downloads the updates, and then the other clients on the network, providing that they've got this enabled, will then feed their updates off of that client. We have to set this to on in order to activate that feature, and we can also download over the local network or also on PCs over the internet. So this feature enables your device to connect to other Windows 10 devices that have already got the update and download them from there. This is where we need to be careful of how we configure our download options. So in absolute bandwidth, we can limit the amount of bandwidth that is used, both in the foreground and in the background. If we've got the Windows Update client, then Microsoft assumes that we are working on it in the foreground. So we're actively downloading those updates. If, however, we're off doing other things on our machine, then it will be set as a background feature. So we might want to set a lower level of bandwidth if we're downloading things in the background to if we're downloading them in the foreground, and if that is our focus. Alternatively, we can set it as a percentage of our available bandwidth. And again, we can segregate this between Windows updates in the background and Windows Update in the foreground. Finally, we have the upload settings, and this is where we can set the amount of bandwidth that we're happy to use for uploading updates to other clients. We can also set a monthly upload limit, and this is so that we can limit the amount of data that is used uploading to other Windows 10 clients. We also get a nice little summary graph at the bottom here, and this tells me that I've enabled 500 gigabytes and actually I've not uploaded to any other Windows 10 clients at the moment this month. Finally, in delivery optimization, if I go into the activity monitor, again you can see some download statistics. So you can see that 73% of my downloads have come directly from Microsoft, and then 26% have actually come from machines on my local network. The average download speed is 26 megabytes per second. Similarly, I can see the upload statistics again since March the 1st, and I've uploaded 76 megabytes to other machines on my local network. That concludes this short tutorial on Windows Update. I hope that you found this tutorial very interesting and helpful.